What's up, y'all? Today, for my favorite team, the Philadelphia 76ers. And boy, oh boy, did we really suck at drafting, excluding Allen Iverson, in the 90s and the 2010s. Because in the 2010s, we missed out on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. To make that even worse, we did draft a solid player in Mikal Bridges, but we traded him away, despite his mother working for our organization, for Zaire Smith, a guy deathly allergic to peanuts. He almost actually died because of peanut allergy, and he never really played or was ever good. We traded him for Zaire Smith. Didn't do anything. We could have had SGA. Next one, 1997 or 1998 NBA draft. There was two here. I could only choose one, but there were two. Apparently, the Sixers GM made a promise with Larry Hughes, saying if he was still on the board, he would draft him regardless. And Paul Pierce, one of the best #1 players projected coming out, was still on the board. We didn't draft him. But there was this other, so that's like the obvious one. Then there was this other European guy who went the exact pick after the Sixers went, named Dirk Nowitzki, and he turned out to be amazing. So they could have had Dirk Nowitzki or Paul Pierce. I only gave him, Dirk Nowitzki. 1995, 1 year before drafting Allen Iverson. So they probably wouldn't have gotten Allen Iverson if this was the case, but they drafted Jerry Stackhouse 2 picks before Kevin Garnett. 2017, great draft year. We traded up, actually. We had the number 3 pick originally. We traded up to number 1 to get Markelle Fultz instead of Lonzo Ball or Jason Tatum or De'Aaron Fox. So that was a little bit of an L. 1993, we drafted Penny Hardaway. That's great. 2016, we drafted Ben Simmons over Jaylen Brown, which until like 2019, that looked like the right pick. And then Ben Simmons fell apart. 1994. So 1993, 1994, 1995, and 1998. Or no, this is 1997. Sixers drafted Keith Van Horn over Chauncey Billups and T-Mac. T-Mac went later, like way later. But yeah, 2015, again, the Sixers drafted Jahlil Okafor over Kristaps Porzingis, the very next pick. And 2016, again, their second pick, they drafted Furkan Korkmaz over Pascal Siakam. And they had 2 picks, actually. So they skipped over Pascal Siakam twice. And they could have drafted DeJounte Murray, but they took Timothé Uluwawu-Cabarrot. So that's painful. So really, this sucks, because look. So literally from 2015 to 2018, the Sixers could have had Kristaps Porzingis at the 5, Jaylen Brown at the 3, Pascal Siakam at the 4, DeJounte Murray at the 1, Jason Tatum at the 2. Screw it, why not? And then SGA. So that's all the players the Sixers could have had just in like a 3-year span. And the one that hurts the most, that's what I'll say, and then we'll get this started because this is going to be a 1-year sim. This is Pascal Siakam one. Tell me why the only other notable Cameroonian NBA player ever that's coming out of the draft, this is 2 years after you drafted Joel Embiid, who is from Cameroon. Why on God's green earth would you not take Pascal Siakam? Just a flyer on the guy who's actually from the exact same country as your star center. I don't know. I don't know why they didn't do it. It was this 26th overall pick in the draft they had, and they were like, nah, well, let's get Furkan Korkmaz because he's freaking amazing. So yeah, that's painful. That's very painful. This is what it could have been. And then in the 90s, there's just so much. I'll make one of these guys a center, and then yeah, we'll get going. So the lineup is SGA, Chauncey Billups, Jaylen Brown, Kevin Garnett, Dirk Nowitzki, Penny Hardaway, Jason Tatum, Pascal Siakam, Kristaps Porzingis, and DeJounte Murray. So injuries will be on, but it's going to be 1 year, and I'm sure they're going to win the championship. So I'll see y'all in the playoffs. So despite SGA dislocating his patella, we went 64-18, which was good for #1 in the NBA. And Jason Tatum is 6th man of the year. So I think we're healthy going into the playoffs. Maybe like Chauncey Billups has a knick-knack bruise, and maybe Jason. Oh yeah, sprained wrist. I'll say. Okay, Kristaps Porzingis has a high right ankle sprain, and Jaylen Brown broke his finger. That's what I saw. Yeah. But other than that, we're doing pretty good. Other than 3 people being injured, we're doing pretty good. And our highest scorer for the series or the year, despite only playing 18 games, was SGA with 21 points a game, 7 assists, not too bad. 20 points for Dirk, and then 18 for KG, 17 for Penny Hardaway, 16 for Tatum, and 16 for Jaylen Brown, 12 for Chauncey Billups, and 10 for Pascal Siakam. Best rebounder was KG, followed by Dirk. That's solid. Best assister was actually Chauncey Billups. Behind him was Penny Hardaway, actually ahead of SGA. That's kind of shocking. Okay, and then best stealer was SGA, followed by Penny Hardaway, and KG, and Jaylen Brown, and Chauncey Billups, all averaging at least a game. And then KG is the only one who averaged at least 1 block a game. Wow. Best 3-point shooter. How many people shot over 40? I like to see this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Wow. 6 players shot over 40% from 3, and 2 players shot over 90% from the free throw line. That's why I like to see Dirk shooting 50, 40, 90. Beautiful. Okay, so that's very good. That's solid. As I said, this is only going to be a 1-year sim. Let's see, is anyone healthy? Okay, Jaylen Brown came back. Chauncey Billups came back, so we only have 1 player hurt, and that's going to be Kristaps Porzingis. For this, our first round matchup against the Emmanuel Quickly, Kevin Porter Jr., Gary Trent, Giannis, and Bobby Portis, Milwaukee Bucks. Yeah, so that should be like not sweep, but definitely a win. So game 1 is ours. Game 2 is ours. Maybe it is a sweep. I mean, who knows? So this will be the first team that actually wins. I mean, this is only the second time I did it. It'll be the first time a team would actually win the championship if they win it here, as they blow out Milwaukee Bucks by, oh my God, what's that? 50 points, 4 points, 5 points. SGA put up 30, 27 for Tatum, and then 22 rebounds for KG. Holy. Oh, also I gotta say, 'cause I didn't say this in the beginning, what if the Sixers actually draft as we go up against Cade Cunningham, Jaden Ivey, Azor Thompson, Tobias Harris, and Jalen Duren, one of the best teams in the East actually right now, is the Sixers have gotten a lot better at draft. Really recently, as we take game one, like a lot. We took Tyrese Maxey. Whoa, hold on. Whoa, hold on, brother. Chill. Can't be the end of the video. I just had a point to make. Down 3-1. So I said we got a lot better drafting recently. Edgecombe, I'm happy with. Jared McCain was a great pick before he got hurt last year. And then Tyrese Maxey at 20 is insane. So that's great. So they've turned it around since Daryl Morey took over. As we take that game 5, Dirk put up 29, 9 boards, and 5 assists. But yeah, no, it's not all bleak and bloom, but the 2010s was rough. 2020s for drafting has been a lot better, though. I can't even lie. We've been hitting it out of the park, as they say. Okay, as we tie up the series, go to game 7. I like that. 28 points for KG, 26 for Dirk, and 24 for Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Respect. Hey, that's pretty good. So, and Kristaps Porzingis comes back. Okay, that was immaculate timing. Perfect timing. Let's go, bro. Talk about perfect timing. We were down 3-1, and then Kristaps Porzingis came back. I mean, we got it back to game 7 before he came back, but that's just immaculate timing. As in his first game back, he gives us 9 minutes and 5 points. But in those 9 minutes, he was a plus-minus of +4. I know you can't see it because my head's in the way, but trust, he did give us +4, plus-minus. As in the conference finals, we go up against Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. So, like, literally, that offsets. So it's Derek White versus Penny Hardaway, Peyton Pritchard versus SGA, and then Neemias Quetta versus Dirk Nowitzki. Okay, so we won. We're going to go to the finals. Game 1 is ours. Hyperextended his left knee. Pascal Siakam did, but he's good. He's 3-0 in the conference finals. We've seen some of these guys on the court. Not. Maybe that's just how it'll be. There won't be any close games. But I'm holding out hope. Easy sweep. It's funny how we could go from being like, bro, like how can we go from being down 3-1 in the previous series to sweeping the very next round? You know what I mean? Like that's crazy. Jaylen Brown put up 28 points, 26 and 13 assists for SGA, and the other Jaylen Brown on their team put up 32. So Jaylen Brown is carrying both teams as we get to the finals against the Spurs. Okay, Spurs have Wembanyama, Stephon Castle, Devin Vassell, Harrison Barnes, and De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox is another guy I could have done for, because technically he's the same position as, he was the same position as Markelle Fultz. But I just chose the best player, was taken after Markelle Fultz. As game 1 is coming down to the wire. No, it's not. Take game 1 with ease. Well, not really with ease. It's Chauncey Billups, SGA, KG, and Dirk Nowitzki all give us each. Fire. Oh, no, I wanted to simulate with the Simcast. Please don't be a close game. Okay, good. It wasn't. All right. 2-0. Gotta win the championship. This will be the first team that wins the championship. I want a close game, so at least I could hop in and see what these guys look like all on the Sixers, because that's how it should have been. Nah. Like, bro, come on. The other thing I'll say, too, as this is the last game of the series, just imagine how much of a legacy Allen Iverson could have had. He had any of these guys on his team from the 90s, bro. Could have had freaking Paul Pierce. Imagine Paul Pierce and AI, or AI and Dirk Nowitzki. That stuff would have been. I might have to just do a video on it, because that's honestly crazy, bro. That'll be my next video. Not my next video. That's definitely gonna be like Tuesday's video, bro. I don't even. I've always thought of it. Like, bro, what if they just actually, drafted right? And that will do it. Sixers win the championship. It's crazy how it was actually a little bit concerning at one point. But yeah, it's just a 1-year challenge, just clowning on my own team. Pain. But I think they finally turned a leaf. I think the last few draft classes have been very fire, so I can't complain. Edgecombe looks so real. McCain probably will get traded. Maxey, homegrown, great pick. Bro, and they didn't even show me my championship celebration. Why'd I even jump? As Dirk Nowitzki put up 29 points, 10 boards, 3 assists, 2 steals. SJ put up 24 points, 5 boards, 8 assists. KG put up 20 points, 14 boards, 4 assists. I feel like I want to go out on a limb and say KG won Finals MVP, but if it's not KG, it's definitely Dirk. But no one else. Yes, bro, look at my intuition. And the fact that I looked at all the stats after every game and saw that he was balling. He put up 22 points, 13 boards, 3.5 assists, 1 steal, 0.5 blocks, 65% from the field, 50% from 3, 71 free throw line. With that, team of regrets wins the championship. Well, Philly regrets. So if you like this video, give it a like. And if you guys have any ideas, any other teams that really messed up their draft, let me know in the comments. And yeah, I'll do them. But that being said,